Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I have a purpose of mixing all these flowery cactus and succulent and mainly tephro cactus and some crested succulent cacti with a rare connexity of the succulent and exotic variegated haworthia. The reason I gather all of these with these beautiful flowers is technically to let you know what causes a plant to grow healthy with the beautiful leaves and very healthy, good-looking, colorful flowers. Also, what makes a cactus to grow healthy and pretty body structure? And what should we do to always make them look gorgeous? Our purpose today is not much about the plant or a cacti or a succulent. It's technically what we feed them. Everybody has a different planning, different agenda, different reasoning for using different fertilizer. My experience has always been we do these two amazing fertilizer. The first one is 20-20-20. That is a fertilizer that you mix it with the water, as you see in the bottles, or a slow release, which is called 14-14-14, which is this is the fertilizer. However, my reasoning of gathering everything on this table was technically two different reasons. One, that I was asked by a comment that on episode 119, which you saw before and I posted right up here on the screen, episode 119 regarding tephro cactus geometrics, and also other videos about succulents and this beautiful adenium and this trichocerosis red color flower. And you see, even though we are almost past the summer and we are entering to fall season, but still you see many blossom on the top, and these are on the way to open up. That proves that the plant is in a very good and healthy condition. If you see this on the plant, that is technically because of the sun and is very old plant, but it's been in the very small, tiny pot. Now, today, according to the comment question that I had, I want to give you a data. I have been in this industry for many, many years, even though my background is different things, but I always loved plants, cacti and succulents. So therefore, I did this business professionally for 25 years. And also I did a lots of reading, search, and also experiencing different fertilizer. But I conclude my research to these two fertilizer. I have came up to this conclusion that technically most of the plant, when they do very good, is because of the balance of the nutrition. Every number here resembles something. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Now, this particular one is very good, balanced, strong fertilizer that you use it for different plants with a different amount. This is a plain water, 1 gallon, and this is a 1 gallon water that is mixed with 1 teaspoon of 20-20-20. Here I have 2.5 teaspoon. I'm sorry, 1.5 teaspoon, which is a little bit stronger. As you see, the color is different. And the third one is 2 teaspoon, which is equal to 1 tablespoon. The reason is like that because if you want to feed every single plumeria, this is what is good for. They love to get very strong fertilizer, and they like to get very often during the spring and summer. This one is good for certain certain plants such as adenium, so as the 1 teaspoon. These two are good for adenium, but technically when it comes to Tephro-cactus, 1 teaspoon per gallon is a very good amount of the fertilizer that you can feed this group of Tephro-cactus that I have posted the video number 119. Also, succulents such as Pachypodium brevicoli with a beautiful yellow flower, they need to get very small amount of fertilizer, which technically 1 teaspoon per gallon. So as the Haworthia variegated, 1 teaspoon of the fertilizer per gallon, and so as every single crested cactus. They all has to be on a low dose. The high dose of the fertilizer technically goes for certain plants that they can handle very high dose, which in the episodes that I show you in the past and also in future, I will refer to it, so you can take a note that which are the plants that they need this size or this amount of the fertilizer in the water. And here we have a slow release that you use this by mixing 1 teaspoon per 2 gallon or perhaps 3 gallon of the soil. You don't want to put too much. However, feeding your plants is very vital, is very important. And now, I would like to tell you a technique. All of these fertilizers does have a salt, sodium. So what you do every year when you come to the fall season, beginning of the fall, for 1 month, you just give them a plain water to wash up all the salt from your pot, and then you give them a one final fertilizer of 1 teaspoon per gallon, and let them sit throughout the winter until next spring. Why? Because you washed out the salt, means you washing all the nutrition, and then you cleaning up the soil, you're enhancing the soil, and you're feeding the soil with a very low dose that the plant during the time of the winter has enough nutrient to survive, and accordingly the amount of the water. Some they do not need water, some they need a little bit of water, some they need to go into the very warmer environment. So watch my video very carefully. I have mentioned detail about most of this. At the end, I would like to mention this to you also, that I'm going to make a category of the plants and cacti and succulent in a very near future to give you a data that which group has to get this high dose, which group has to get this one, and which one should get this. But right offhand, I have to tell you that if you have any caduciform succulent or any succulent that they are delicate, never feed them with 2.5 or 2 teaspoons. Always 1 teaspoon level per gallon. Very low dose, but steady and always. That's the best way to feed them. Apparently it looks like that I was corrected by my photographer that I keep mentioning this 2.5. I meant 1.5 teaspoon, and 2 teaspoon are very strong, and 1 teaspoon per gallon is good for all the delicate and caduciform and crested cacti and succulent. Also, I was questioned that how often do you feed your tephro cactus as far as the watering? It depends what they are. If they are out in the warm environment, you always give them a once a week water during the summer. But when it comes to winter, do not exceed more than once a month. But sometimes you see that the winter time, the temperature is above 70 in some areas. So let's look at it this way. If your cacti is sitting in the warm environment that the temperature is above 70, make sure that you always giving them once every 3 weeks to 4 weeks water. Perhaps sometime if the temperature goes higher to 80s, you give them water every 2 weeks. And do not feed them during the winter time. Your last fertilizer should end right here, which is the beginning of September. Beginning of October. So the September is over, the fall started yesterday, and today is the second day of fall. So all of your cacti and succulent has to be organize, clean, spray, and also water during the September, and one-time fertilizer, and that's about it. At the end, again, I like to thank you all for watching my video. I hope this video can help growing a better plant and become very successful in this line. At this time, I would like to ask you, don't forget to like the video, please. Subscribe to my channel. Share my channel. I need your support. And also leave me a comment. Especially for the next few weeks, I'm going to show you another few videos that they are very helpful. I have the stage ready right other side of the yard. I don't know how far you can see. At the end, I'd like to thank you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Goodbye.